5 benefits of added DHT in your TRT protocol. Yeah, look, I'm a huge proponent of ancillaries. I think ancillaries are absolutely necessary in some cases for TRT. Rarely do you actually get a guy that injects 150 to 200 milligrams of test a week and nothing else and everything's good. Now, with hormones, like, you have to make sure the entire picture is intact. In many cases, like, people can't tolerate AIs, they can't tolerate high doses, so they've got to go down to that 85 to 120 milligram dose range. And in that regard, you're usually not getting a lot of DHT. So whether it's a little bit of transdermal DHT, I mean, the really, really high potency, powerful shit that rocks your world and you'll notice it within an hour or so, which, you can get on source list, or it's a little bit of test cream. I really want to expand upon the benefits of added DHT in a TRT protocol, because after all, DHT in the end is the thing you're looking for, especially around sexual function and estrogen control. All right, before we start the video, look, Cortex Labs, which is my company, is a TRT guidance, sexual dysfunction resolution, and performance optimization company. As you see in the top left of the screen, coaching is 50% off. I've only got a few slots left, and then that discount goes away. You're saving 50% on every package, the 1 month, the 3 month, the 6 months, largely for sexual function optimization and or sexual dysfunction on hormones, not on hormones. Specifically on TRT, though, you're saving thousands. The code is Coach Discount. I'll leave it on the screen for the duration of the video. Go book me. Few slots left. Lastly, source list, anything you can think of, including high potency DHT, 30% off. Code is on the screen. Link is down in the description of this video. I mean, as if, let's just go to this thread and just to kick this off, as if we didn't already know. But look, this is just one case in point, right? In addition to the many, many, many online declarations that finasteride killed people's erections and libido for years upon years, this guy, low DHT is the problem. I am under deep investigation as to why DHT is so demonized. Wait a minute. Let me just stop here and let's just pull back a second. This guy is on the right track. A deep investigation into why DHT is so demonized. I'll give you the answer. Pharma makes money being anti-DHT and convincing everybody else to be anti-DHT. That's why. Based off of personal experiences, I've found that anything that inhibits 5-AR, okay, 5-alpha reductase enzymes, beta-cisterols, reishi, fenugreek, nettle root, astaxanthin, to consistently produce the same result. Low libido, depression, ejaculatory dysfunction. Yeah, you're not going to be able to come. You're not even going to be able to feel the sensation when the DHT is low enough and getting crushed. The moment I put creatine, Sustantra, or Tongat, all things known to increase DHT, back into the system, all those side effects disappear. This is compatible with my father, who's been suffering for BPH for years. I put him on 5-AR inhibitors like those mentioned above, and it made all of his symptoms worse. What do you know? In other words, again, regarding the prostate, people are demonizing DHT, but the studies are very clear that no matter what your blood level of DHT, if you're like surging 20% DHT gel, into the blood, the prostate makes its own DHT independent of that. He goes, the moment I put him on DHT increasing substances, instantly all his troubles went away. Can someone explain why this works? In the end, one of the major reasons, besides like pharma pushing this, is that DHT gets a bad rap because it's related to hair loss. And ultimately, it's reducing subcutaneous tissue in the scalp, causing less of a protective buffer of hair follicles, and there they start to decline. This is true, but that's in excessive quantities or for people that are making a lot of it and have weak genetics related to hair to begin with. I've dosed a lot of DHT, and though it did start messing with my hair, you just cycle off of it. Like for me, it's fine. I haven't lost anything. Listen, the bottom line is that DHT helps with so much, and for some people, because of its estrogen blocking capacity and because of its sexual optimization capacity, it's absolutely the missing link in TRT. I want to go over 5 benefits and explain exactly why these benefits are attributable to the use of add-on DHT to your TRT protocol. All right, number 1. better erections. These are the super thick, like, I mean, your junk is just a steel rod. Even when you're, not fully erect, it's just, it has heaviness to it. Well, yeah, of course, we know we upregulate the building block enzymes to nitric oxide, endothelial nitric oxide synthase, neural nitric oxide synthase, nitric oxide synthase inside penile tissues as a result of DHT. I mean, that's one of its primary things. If you wonder how DHT facilitates erections for men, those are the mechanisms. It does this all via heavy, long-lasting androgen receptor binding, both in penile tissues and elsewhere. The funny thing is I'll just give you a quick example, like a story. Running higher than 150 milligrams testosterone, I always need estrogen control, just some degree of estrogen control. It's calcium glucarate, zinc, a little bit of AI, etc. But, I was able to tolerate and dose a little bit of high potency transdermal DHT. This is the 20% concentration in roughly 5 milligram doses. And at higher doses of tests, when the estrogen was higher, because I had that DHT and it was right on that line, my erections were superb. Down at 100 milligrams now, roughly 100, 105. A little bit of added DHT, whether it's micro doses of transdermal DHT, but for me, what works better at these lower doses is a little bit of test cream. And my fucking erections are solid. I mean, they were good at that level because estrogen's good, right? But the added DHT adds a thickness, a hardness, more spontaneous erections. So like the benefit of adding DHT, whether it's a little bit of transdermal DHT or it is a little bit of test cream on top of your injection protocol, is better erection. So long as estrogen is in the range and you're managing that, in some cases DHT is going to do that for you. It all depends on how high your dose of test is. You're going to end up on the other side with a better functioning penis, okay? All of us men want and need that, because the other side is all those problems with reducing DHT and not having enough DHT. All right, so number one, better erections. Number two, and this is one I really want to expand upon that I've mentioned recently that some of you were like, interesting, that's the thing I'm missing in my TRT protocol, is primal libido. It's that primal sense of deep drive for either your person, the person that you're with, your partner. If you're single, for women randomly, that you might say, like, it's a sex drive that I don't want to say is all consuming, but is very, very deep and primal, just woven into us to want to go reproduce. It's so funny to me that people attribute better libido to like increases in estrogen. Listen, estrogen is used to feminize men. Go and get some injectable estradiol, which you can get from Sourceless and you can find on the web. You can find some estrogen patches on the web that deliver like 0.5 milligrams of estrogen over a 3.5 day period. It's what they give women for HRT. And test that theory. And when erections go south and eventually your libido completely crashes, you're gonna know. I have never had, on HRT, as good of a primal libido, the kind that, again, I can focus, but if I'm thinking about it, it drives me absolutely crazy, than when I had added DHT or a lot of DHT in the protocol, so long as estrogen was in a reasonable place. So some people are on TRT and like they're having this issue with libido. Erections might work, especially as you go down in dose. I hear this all the time. I went down to 100. That's the erection sweet zone for this particular individual. But libido is starting to suffer. Yeah, but that's because estrogen's in range, so you have the erections. But your libido is a little meh because the DHT is low as well. Little bit of added DHT. Again, I'll swear by this. 5 milligrams of the transdermal DHT stuff, a day, every day or every other day. Or a quarter of a pump, half a pump of the low concentration 100 milligram per milliliter cream on the scrotum every day or every other day. And boom, the primal libido comes back. Look no further than DHT so long as estrogen's in a good range, if your libido is missing or shot. Number 3, this is a huge one, right? Because I think there's a lot of folks. I mean, I personally get a lot of coaching people that come on board and do coaching with me. And one of the major problems is, number one, they can't really climax. They have to focus. Sometimes it takes an hour. They're beating their wife up through the process. The wife taps out and they can't climax. But if they can, the sensation of the climax is abysmal at best. First of all, okay, as a general rule, if you are producing more semen as a male, and the semen is thicker or greater in viscosity, and the organs which mainly foster the production, which are the seminal vesicles, are fully optimized, you're going to have a way better ability to climax and climax sensation. All that is tied down to the nerve endings which make you feel the climax. Guess what has a very, very strong positive effect specifically on the seminal vesicles? DHT. The seminal vesicles contain a high quantity of 5-alpha reductase enzymes. This isn't something that, like, after you reach the age of 20 and you're fully grown or something, that somehow all that 5-AR in there is now useless and the DHT that gets synthesized there does nothing. Dude, it continues to optimize the system. So better climax ability and far better climax sensation. When I first added cream, again, at 100 milligrams a week and 330 HEG every day, I was good. Erections were good. Libido was good. But was it fanatical? No. Instantly, literally that day. And then as I dialed that dose of cream in, just with the right amount of DHT, the ability to climax and the sensation has been super strong. With added DHT, as an ancillary with transdermal DHT or a little bit of test cream, climaxes feel better. Number 4, major benefit of added DHT in a TRT protocol is less subcutaneous water in tissues. If that dry look, especially if you're conscious of your physique, which I think most people on TRT, you start feeling the energy, you want to go to the gym, you realize you can go to the gym 5, 6, 7 days a week and recover and feel fine. We're building physiques here and we're trying to maintain good shape or gain better shape. In that regard, less subcutaneous water under the tissue, especially around your shoulders, equals more vascularity, right? It just goes hand in hand with the anabolism that you are achieving via the testosterone. And it's awesome. Your physique is fucking crazy. You can get your physique to the point where it's fucking crazy. And it's just on test, but if you add a little bit of DHT, so you've got the anabolism, you're hitting it hard at the gym, you're eating right, you're watching your calories, your physique is improving, then you have less sub-Q water and you're drier, more vascular. You could see your shoulders more, things look more round. You can see your definition. Man, it's a beautiful thing. Just a little bit of DHT. I mean, you've heard anybody that ever takes Masteron, Primo, even Proviron, but especially people that are an exclusively test cream or a little bit more test cream on top of an injection protocol, they just physically look better. It's crazy. So number 4, less subcutaneous water in the tissues and therefore a drier, more vascular look, which makes your physique look better. Last major benefit of added DHT. Okay, I'm very hot on the added little bit of kind of microdosing DHT on top of an injection protocol is some degree, sometimes the perfect degree, but either way, enough of a degree of estrogen control. We recently discovered that DHT downregulates the gene function of the production of aromatase enzymes. So it's we've often wondered, what exactly is DHT doing? It's blocking estrogen receptor expression, but it's also stopping you from synthesizing as much estrogen as you were previously synthesizing. This is huge. I mean, DHT is built-in estrogen control. This is why guys go on cream, just cream alone, and their total test is at 1200, but their estradiol is in range. How is that even possible? It's not possible on injections usually. It's possible with cream or added DHT to manage estrogen because that's what it does. And in the end, the biggest problems or challenges that people have on TRT are not enough DHT and too much estrogen, right? So DHT itself as an add-on to TRT is the perfect solution if you get the dose right. I am going to continue hammering home the point of the necessity for DHT. You know why? Number 1, I know it's important. Number 2, I really enjoy people in the comment section going, hey, I took your advice on DHT. I added a little bit of test cream or got the transdermal DHT from Sourceless and started using a little bit of it. Now the erections are amazing. My libido's great. The sensation's great. The climax is good. And everything's resolved. It's not that much of an additional step, just a little bit of DHT. And I want you guys to know it is critical. Just because it got deemed the ultra demon of hormones because it may accelerate hair loss does not mean that it doesn't have other extremely potent, very valuable, extremely useful functions otherwise. Don't sleep on the DHT. add a little bit on top of your injection protocol, and thank me later. As I said at the beginning, boys, coaching is 50% off right now. I've never run a discount of 50% on coaching. You're saving thousands of dollars on every coaching package. Here's the deal. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year, especially those of you who've been thinking about doing a longer term package with me. If you got serious sexual dysfunction, it may take time, but we've got all the tools, all the compounds, all the resources, and all the know-how to resolve it. Go for something that makes sense. Use the code that is on the screen and on the top corner of the screen and save thousands of bucks. It's 50% off, and I've got 3 slots left. Once I get to 30, I cannot tolerate more than 30 clients. You know, I got a couple people that are nearing the end of their tenure with me, but these are booking fast. If you need to book, livecortex.com, use the discount code. Let's get on the fact-finding call this week. Source list, 30% off. Code is on the screen. Code is on the screen. Link is down in the description of this video. Go grab a copy. All right, we've reached the end of the video. Kick-ass rock. Thanks for being with me. If you would just like to... Hold on. What is wrong with this chair? God. Damn it. Let me just get my shit together. Sorry. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you would just like... Mike. I've been forgetting the mic 8 days in a row now. 8 days. 8 days. Let me just grab it. Sorry. Give me this! The end of the video is we're done here. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you. Hope you guys have had a great weekend. More content to come this week, every day this week, just like last week. Like the video, makes a huge difference. Really does to the algorithm. If you'd hit the like button, honestly mean a lot to me. I see them when they come through and I check them at the end of the day. Sub to the channel. We're a fast-growing TRT hormone channel, and I'd love to have you on board. Otherwise, kick ass, rock on, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you boys tomorrow.